Hello and welcome back. We turn everyday choices into lifelong financial success. Here are 7 shocking truths about millionaires that will change how you think about wealth. Thomas Stanley in his book The Millionaire Next Door has discovered the truth about millionaires and their habits. You know what's crazy? The millionaire living next door to you probably doesn't look like a millionaire at all. They're not driving a Lamborghini. They're not wearing a Rolex. Heck, they're probably driving a 3-year-old Toyota and wearing jeans from Costco. Thomas Stanley spent decades studying actual millionaires, not celebrities or trust fund babies, but real people who built wealth from nothing. And what he discovered will completely flip everything you think you know about rich people. Today, we're breaking down the 7 most eye-opening truths from The Millionaire Next Door. And if you're over 50, pay close attention, because some of these lessons might be exactly what you need to hear right now about your retirement. Let's dive in. Truth number 1. Real millionaires live below their means. Shocking, right? Most millionaires don't even look rich. Stanley found that the average millionaire lives in a middle-class neighborhood and not a mansion, and probably drives a used car that's 2 to 3 years old. And hasn't bought a new suit in years. He shops at regular stores, not designer boutiques. In fact, most millionaires have never owned a luxury car. They're driving Hondas, Toyotas, and Fords, and they paid cash for them. And here's the reason. They understand something that most people miss. Looking rich and being rich are 2 completely different things. Stanley calls these people under accumulators of stuff. They don't accumulate possessions. They accumulate wealth. And here's the formula he discovered. Real millionaires spend far less than they earn, and they've been doing it for decades. The median millionaire in his study had a household income of $131,000. That's good money, but it's not private jet money. Yet they had a net worth over $1.6 million. And how is that possible? They lived on a fraction of what they earned and invested the rest. Now, if you're over 50 and thinking I wish I'd known this earlier, don't worry. We'll get to what you can do right now. But first, let's keep going. For my 50-plus viewers, it's not too late. Even if you haven't been living below your means for decades, starting now can dramatically change your retirement picture. If you've got 10-15 years until retirement, living on 60-70% of your income and investing the rest can still build significant wealth. So here is the key takeaway. Stop trying to look rich. Focus on being rich. That's a big difference. Truth number 2. Millionaires are cheap, and proud of it. Let me tell you something that might sting a little. Real millionaires are what most people would call cheap. They clip coupons. They buy generic brands. They wait for sales. They negotiate prices. And you better believe it, they pack lunches instead of eating out. One millionaire in Stanley's study bragged about never paying full price for anything. Another drove 20 miles out of his way to save $5 on a haircut. Sounds crazy, right? But here's what they understand. Every dollar you don't spend frivolously is a dollar that can grow into wealth. Stanley found that millionaires spend an average of $140 on a pair of shoes. And the non-millionaires? They spend about the same or more, but they can't afford it. Same with watches. The typical millionaire has never spent more than $300 on a watch. Meanwhile, people trying to look wealthy are dropping $5,000 on a Rolex they bought on credit. Here's the quote that sums it up. I am not impressed with what people own. But I'm impressed with what they achieve. I'm impressed with the path they've chosen. And I'm impressed when they don't look down on others who haven't taken the same path. For my 50+ viewers, this is actually great news. You don't need to make up for lost time by making huge money. You just need to stop the financial bleeding, cut unnecessary expenses, stop trying to keep up appearances, and redirect that money to your future. Key takeaway: frugality isn't about being stingy. It's about being intentional. Every dollar has a job, so make sure it's working for you and not against you. Truth number 3: time, energy, and money. Millionaires invest differently. Here's where it gets really interesting. Stanley discovered that millionaires think about time, energy, and money in a completely different way. Most people spend hours watching TV. On the weekends shopping for stuff. Also worrying about what others think. Basically, non-millionaires spend money on things that lose value. Now, millionaires spend their time differently. They spend hours planning their finances and investments. They spend weekends researching investment opportunities. And spending mental energy figuring out how to increase their net worth. Practically, they only spend money on things that appreciate or generate income. Stanley found that millionaires spend twice as much time per month planning their financial future compared to non-millionaires. They're not watching reality TV. They're reading financial statements, meeting with advisors, and researching investments. You won't believe it. Here's a powerful stat. The average millionaire spends 8.4 hours per month planning investments. That means about 100 hours per month and 1,200 hours per year. Let that sink in for a moment. Now non-millionaires? They spend only about 4.3 hours. That's the difference. Non-millionaires treat wealth building like a part-time job. And here's something crucial for those of you in your 50s and 60s. It's never too late to start investing. You've got life experience. You know what matters. You don't have little kids demanding your attention. Now use this season of life to become a student of your own finances. Stanley's research showed something else important. Millionaires don't waste energy on financial worry, they spend it on financial planning. And that's a big difference. Worry is passive and destructive, whereas planning is active and productive. If you're lying awake at night worrying about retirement, that's wasted energy. Just get up, turn on the light, open a spreadsheet, and start planning. And convert that worry into action. Key takeaway: invest your time and energy in understanding money. And the return on that investment is massive. Truth number 4: they picked the right occupation, but maybe not the one you think. When Stanley asked people, what do millionaires do for a living? Most people guessed, doctors, lawyers, executives, and celebrities. Wrong. Through his extensive research, Stanley actually found the most common millionaire occupations are 1. Small business owners, 2. Middle managers, 3. Engineers, 4. Accountants, and 5. Teachers. In fact, there are far more millionaire welding contractors than there are millionaire doctors. Why? Because high-income professionals often have high-expense lifestyles to match. Doctors drive luxury cars. Lawyers live in expensive neighborhoods. And their high income gets eaten by high spending. But that plumber who owns his own business, he makes $150,000 a year, lives in a $250,000 house, drives a $20,000 truck, and invests the difference. And that's why, after 25 years, he's got $2 million in the bank. Stanley calls these people, prodigal accumulators of wealth. Now here's the formula he discovered. Your wealth should equal your age times your pre-tax income, divided by 10. So, wealth equals age times your gross income divided by 10. Example. If you're 50 years old making $100,000 per year, your net worth should be around $500,000, 50 times 100,000 divided by 10. And if you're above that, you're a PA, a great accumulator of wealth. If you're below that, you're a UAW, an under-accumulator of wealth. You're not converting your income into wealth efficiently. For my 50-plus viewers, this is a gut check moment. Do the math right now. Age times annual income divided by 10. Now, if you're behind, don't panic. Just understand this. You need to get more aggressive about converting income to wealth. That means living on less, investing more, and making every dollar count for the next 10 to 15 years. And here's the good news. Most people hit their peak earning years in their 50s. This could be your wealth-building decade if you play it right, assuming you take action. So, let's recap. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. Truth number 5. Financial independence matters more than status. Here's a quote from the book that hits hard. Wealth is more often the result of a lifestyle of hard work, perseverance, planning, and most of all, self-discipline. Most millionaires aren't trying to impress anyone. They're trying to achieve financial independence. Thomas Stanley found that 90% of millionaires cited being financially independent as their primary goal. And not having a nice house, not driving a fancy car, nor taking exotic vacations. It really boils down to independence, freedom, and security. They want to wake up and not worry about money, and they want to retire with dignity. They want to know their spouse will be okay if something happens to them. Basically, that's it. That's the goal. And here's what's beautiful about this. Financial independence is achievable for almost anyone who's willing to make the right choices consistently over time. You don't need to be a millionaire to be financially independent. You just need enough wealth to cover your lifestyle without working. And for my 50-plus viewers who are focusing on retirement, this should be your North Star right now. Not keeping up with friends. Not looking successful. But achieving real financial independence. Ask yourself, how much do I need to retire comfortably? And then work backward from there. If you need $50,000 per year and you'll have $25,000 from Social Security, you need enough savings to generate $25,000 annually. Using the 4% rule, that's $625,000 in retirement savings. Is that achievable? Maybe, maybe not. But now you have a target. Now you can plan. So, key takeaway. Financial independence beats looking wealthy every single time, and always choose freedom over status. Truth number 6. Family appearances. Millionaires' kids don't look rich either, and that's on purpose. Through his extensive research for this book, Stanley found something that surprised him way above his expectations. Millionaires are very careful about how they raise their kids around money. They discovered something fascinating. The more financial support parents give their adult children, the less those children accumulate on their own. Stanley calls this economic outpatient care, when parents keep giving money to adult children. And let me share something with you, the data is brutal. Adult children who receive significant financial gifts from parents accumulate less wealth than those who don't. And here is why. Because the gifts create dependency and they undermine self-discipline. They teach kids that money comes from parents, not from work and saving. Real millionaires tell their kids no a lot. They make them work for what they want. They don't buy them new cars for graduation. One millionaire told Stanley, "I told my kids, if you want to drive a Mercedes, earn it yourself. I'm not buying it for you. I get it, it sounds harsh. Maybe. But effective? Absolutely. Okay, my 50+ viewers. This is critical if you have adult children. Helping your kids financially might feel loving, but it could be sabotaging their wealth building and your retirement. Stanley found that parents who give the most to their adult kids often have the least secure retirements. They sacrifice their financial independence to prop up their children's lifestyles. Here's the tough love: your kids will be fine, they're adults. And believe it or not, they'll figure it out. You need to protect your retirement first. Put your oxygen mask on before helping others, even your kids. Okay, key takeaway. Teaching financial independence to the next generation is more valuable than giving them money. And protecting your retirement is not selfish, it's smart. Truth number 7. It's never too late, but you need a plan. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Some of you watching this are thinking, this is great, but I'm 55, or 60, or 65. I didn't do any of this. Is it too late? Here's what Stanley would say. It's not too late to change your trajectory, but you need to get real about where you are and aggressive about where you're going. If you're 50+, here's your action plan. Step 1. Do the wealth calculation right now. Pause the video if you need to. Age times annual income divided by 10 equals expected net worth. How far off are you? It's good to know where you are, and that's your reality. One more thing, don't sugarcoat it. Step 2. Stop the bleeding immediately. If you're living above your means, that ends today. Not next month. Not after the holidays. Today. Cut expenses that don't truly improve your life. Stanley found that millionaires get happiness from financial security, not from stuff. And you can too. Step 3. Maximize your earning years. You're likely in your peak earning years. Don't coast. Ask for that raise. Be proactive and take on that project. Maybe do some consulting job on the side. And monetize your expertise. You probably have 10 to 15 good earning years left. So, make them count. Step 4. Become investment focused. Stanley found that millionaires spend hours per month on financial planning. You need to do the same. Your plan is to max out your retirement accounts. According to Stanley, that means, the catch-up contributions are your friend. If you're 50+, you can contribute extra to your 401k and IRA. That's an extra $7,500 to your 401k and an extra $1,000 to your IRA. Use it. Step 5. According to Stanley, delay Social Security if possible. Every year you delay between 62 and 70, your benefit increases by about 8%. That's a guaranteed return you can't beat. If you can work until 70 and delay claiming, you could increase your monthly benefit by 76% compared to claiming at 62. Step 6. Cut lifestyle inflation. You probably make more now than you did at 30. But do you have more wealth to show for it? Or did your spending just increase? Many people in their 50s live like millionaires but have the net worth of someone in their 30s. Don't be that person. The hard truth: if you're 55 and behind on retirement savings, you need to live like you're 35 for the next 10 years. That means roommates? Maybe. Old car? Probably. Vacations? On hold. Temporary sacrifice for future security. But here's the hope. Stanley's research showed that it's never too late to become an accumulator of wealth. He profiled plenty of people who started late and still built significant wealth. The difference? They got serious. They made hard choices. They prioritized future security over present comfort, and you can too. So here is the key takeaway. It might be late, but it's not too late. Get real about where you are, get aggressive about where you're going, and make every year count. So there you have it. The 7 shocking truths about real millionaires. They live way below their means. Looking rich and being rich are different things. They're frugal and proud. Every dollar saved is a dollar that can grow. They invest time differently. Planning beats worrying every time. They picked the right occupation. It comes down to this: it's not what you make, it's what you keep. Independence beats status. Freedom is the goal, and not impressing people. Again, it's never too late, but you need to get serious now. Look, if you're in your 50s or 60s watching this, I know some of this might sting. You might be thinking, I wish I'd known this 30 years ago, but you know what? You know it now, and that's what matters. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. You've still got good years ahead. Years where you can earn. Years where you can save. And years where you can build wealth. But only if you stop pretending everything's fine and get real about where you are. The millionaires Stanley studied weren't lucky. They weren't born rich. They made different choices than everyone around them, choices that felt uncomfortable at the time but led to security and freedom later. You can make those choices too. Starting today. Look at it as a second chance and take action. Now calculate your expected net worth. Pause the video if you want. If you're behind, make a plan to catch up. Cut one major expense this week. Increase your retirement contribution this month. And maybe, spend 2 hours this weekend planning your financial future. And that's how it starts, step by step. That's how millionaires next door are made. Not with big lottery wins or genius stock picks. But with small, disciplined choices made consistently over time. You've got this. Drop a comment if this video was helpful. Thanks for watching.